Hello, everybody. Or should I say, good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it may be. We are once again here playing Baldur's Gate 3, and as we left the last session, we were actually headed for the titular city, Baldur's Gate 3, at long last. And so we'll have to see what kind of shenanigans we get up to there. We have defeated one of the Dead Three's chosen, the man that we have been ostensibly fighting so far, Ketheric Thorm, and he is hopefully vanquished for good now. But still to remain, uh, what appeared to be I think she looked like a female human, but very pale, sort of unnaturally pale skin even. Uh, potentially like I could guess that she's a vampire, but she is. She seemed to be the chosen of Baal in their three-person alliance, and then Carla's former employer, um, Lord Gortash, who is apparently an upstart lord in Baldur's Gate, and the chosen of Bane, the god of tyranny, whereas Baal is the god of murder, and Merkel is the god of necromancy, I guess. But as we
live in more interesting times.
as we left for Baldur's Gate, we were joined by some new allies who will hopefully prove beyond useful. In that we have been joined both by Isabel, the cleric from Last Light Inn, as well as apparently the daughter of Ketheric Thorm, so Isabel Thorm, as well as her uh lover. I don't think they've been wed, but Dame Aelin, who was also known as the Night Song, who was entrapped in the Shadowfell and was the source of Ketheric Thorm's immortality. She's an Ozimar, at least is called an Ozimar, despite being what appears to be the direct descendant of a god. Um, I don't know why I have been steeped in bliss, because apparently I've been seized by great joy. Oh, that's why, isn't it? I think
Keep
that
going.
might be because yes. So we took uh, a relic, I guess, or an item from the Mind Flayer colony and sent it over to our traveler's chest, and that caused all the people who have tadpoles to gain the benefits of being steeped in joy, but also the disadvantages on their mental. But without further ado, we also trusted Volo to deal with quite the delicate eye surgery in an attempt to remove the tadpole, and we now are missing a natural eye, but Volo did feel somewhat responsible for his own actions, reluctant as it might have been, and gave us a magical eye replacement instead, and we have now been given the buffs of permanently being able to see invisible creatures, which is like brilliant. But without further ado, let us go to bed for our long rest on our road to Baldur's Gate. I believe the first place that we're going to come across is the Worm's Crossing, I believe it's called, which is like outside the walls. What? Sleeping in the dark. Why is Carla inspired? Take a full long rest in the Shadowfirst land. Huh. Oh. Right. There are several people who have things to talk about with. One of them being our good boy Scratch. So let us speak with animals. Hey, Scratch. What
The
is it,
dog is
boy?
unable to speak through the small bag he holds in his mouth.
Ah, what have you got there, Scratch?
I don't know. Maybe you can tell me. All I know is I thought of you when I saw it.
Aw, thanks, Scratch. You're the goodest boy. Um, so, we have received salami from Scratch, which, by the way, very unusual in the sense that I have never known a dog that has salami in their mouth to willingly give it over to a human. Uh, so that's interesting. Right, we have Shadowheart to talk to.
I've been lied to. My whole life. And I was gullible enough to just believe it. My parents are alive, and I have to save them. I think a part of me always knew that. A part that Shah denied to me.
Right. So we've been given three options there. I suggest Shar may have had her reasons. I mean, I'm sure she had her reasons. None of them are good ones, and none of them are beneficial to Shadowheart. So, yeah, that's entirely out. You've been forced to live a lie. At least now the truth is starting to reveal itself. And then third option, you have a lot on your mind, but we have to stay focused. The absolute is still a threat. No. I think really the advocating for her discovering her own truth of what happened to her parents, considering they're still being held by the Sharans, and trying to rescue them if at all possible, absolutely the correct choice and the only choice really that we're going to be taking. So you've been forced to live a lie. At least now the truth is starting to reveal itself.
Indeed. But the truth may yet prove painful. Who knows what Shah still keeps from me? We'd better press on for now, and hope we're ready when the moment comes. But before that, there's one thing I need to see to.
And what's that? Do whatever you need to. Should I be concerned? No, I don't think I need to be concerned. Let's inquire. And what's that?
You'll see for yourself soon enough. Just leave it with me.
Fair enough. She seemed a little gleeful about it, a little happy about it, so, yeah, fair enough. We'll see what surprise awaits us. We'll check if we have anyone. Doesn't look like anyone else has any particular. Nobody else seems to be having a. Hold on. An exclamation mark over their head. We'll just go over here and talk to Jaheira just in case.
I would not linger in this land over long.
Right.
But
Yep, fair enough. He didn't have anything new to say. I wonder if Isabel and Isabel, you're still like at 15 HP.
Looking forward to a bit of rest, if I'm honest.
Right. Dame Aelin,
Be
anything?
gone, friend. I have a darling to adore.
I had questions for you, Dame Aelin.
Pray, ask, and I will tell.
Okay, right. All questions that we've already kind of asked her, so nothing new there. All right, that was the long rest. Let's leave the camp, and I assume we'll arrive at the Baldur's Gate.
The curse has been lifted. The land's cleansed of the shadows. Kethric's reign of living death is over.
Nice.
Your courage has been tested, and in this at least, you have triumphed.
Guess that explained why Halsin and Nathaniel were absent from camp. I assume this is what they've been doing in the meantime. But yeah, that's a very nice way to see show that the land is healing. Unfortunately, the land healing doesn't mean that the people won't ever heal like those. I wonder what happened to the people who were turned into those like shadows, right? Because they left behind like pieces of their personality. Ooh, Lord Cortash, here we go. What are you up to, you evil bastard? You're getting your portrait currently. Flaming Fist Officer.
Sergeant, if you are here, I presume Wern's Rock is secure, and preparations for my inauguration are complete.
No, Lord Gortash. We were interrupted. Another quake in the lower city. More severe this time.
So you came cowering to my chambers? I'm flattered, Sergeant. But even I cannot command natural phenomena to cease.
Forgive me, my lord, but there is panic in the streets. The people are afraid.
Perhaps the people would be calm if you kept your nerve. I expect better from the Flaming Fist than to run scared from a slight tremor in the earth. Get back to your duties.
Duties, duties, duties. Patrolling and saluting and following and bowing and scraping. Yes, sir. No, sir. Rip and cut your throat, sir. Your plan is falling apart, lordling. Give me a reason not to cut you to ribbons.
Control yourself, Orin. We need to focus on reuniting the stones or the brain will break free. These quakes are just the start. Neither of us expected the Prism Bearers to kill Ketheric. They'll be traveling to the city. Let's make sure we give them a Baldurian welcome.
I itch to peel you, to split your skin, to see your skull shine in the light. Little tyrant. Lucky for you, I harvested a whole family of living flesh in Rivington at high sun. They will sate my blade thirst tonight. Oh, but tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow, my blades will thirst again.
Well, isn't she a picture of mental stability? That is honestly kind of what you get when you ally yourself with the chosen of the god of murder.
Beyond the campsite, the city waits in uneasy silence, one sleep away.
I mean, personally, I'm no... Like, of all the city-states that there are... What a weird place to just start, I guess. So what is this place? Like, this looks like a ruined fort. Why is there a ruined, abandoned fort? Cannot fast travel. Of course not. Why is there a ruined fort?
Need to find a way forward.
So close. Baldur's Gate. Like, Oh, there's some wine over there. Hmm. But yeah, I do appreciate the view. There's oh yeah, and it's like nights like these when you be thinking that like there's nothing bad going on. Like it's very serene compared to the Shadowlands. Like every time you took a long rest, like in the Shadowlands, or while that all of that jazz was going on, um, this feels a lot cleaner in a way. Uh, but yeah, as I was saying, like out of the major cities on the Sword Coast, aside from like Luskan, Baldur's Gate is like the one place that I least like. Like compared to Waterdeep and like Neverwinter, uh, yeah, I rate technically. I mean, does Candlekeep does it really like qualify as a city? There's a cobbler's chest and eyes in it and money. Oh, there's a wooden chest as well. Okay, money. I, how careless of the people who were here before, I guess. But yeah, Baldur's Gate is like, I mean, we haven't spoken to older Ravengard so far, but at least how he came across, like how he's come across as a sort of from. Well, I did have a character who met him, uh, and then proceeded to beat him bloody in a duel and spit on his unconscious form after she won. Uh, but obviously that's one DM's interpretation of Ravengard. So, but still, it's one of those like older Ravengard and Baldur's Gate as a whole comes across not so much lawless maybe, but merciless in a
Shadowheart
way.
has found a little bit of herself again. Soluna cannot take all of the credit. She may have lit the way, but it is the cleric who took this step.
Um, very wise, Jahira. I agree. Now we're traveling together. I realize I don't know much about.
That speaks well of your taste. I've heard my share of bad ballads about things I never did. If you have questions, ask. Just don't expect my answers to rhyme.
No, only if you were a bard. And I do have to apologize if my voice seems a little different today. I am suffering from a stuffy nose, unfortunately. You mentioned you know something of Illithids.
More than I would like. In my youth, I was a brief and very much unwilling member of a colony's hive mind. I felt the way they think, saw the world as they do. Foul, unnatural creatures who find the foulness in us and twist it to their will. Then, who am I speaking to? You have far more experience than I.
Who are you speaking to? Maybe I'm the parasite puppeting this body. Kind of funny, but my mind is still my own. I plan to keep it that way.
I believe you. You remind me of another I knew, marked by forces beyond their control. The gods can grant power or strip it away, but so long as your will remains, you have the only weapon you need.
I wonder if I assume that the other she refers to is like the main character or the player character in like a previous Baldur's Gate game. I wonder if she has if there's anything else we can ask her. I wanted to
Ask
ask
it.
you something. Oh,
It was Baal alone we faced in our time. And bad as that was, he had no elder brain for a lapdog then.
hmm.
Help won't come from the history books, or from any old tales I can spin you. This is your story to write. There. Have I fulfilled my role as your wise and wizened elder?
I thought we had asked her that question before, but like I think that's a new answer if we have. So yeah. Uh please. You're only one of those things. Uh
Don't tell me which. Against all life experience, I will choose to assume the best.
fair enough. And I don't I have not played previous Baldur's Gate games, so I don't know how true to her character she is being. But I don't know, like as far as what I can tell of her character, yeah, I like Jahira. Very like as a character, definitely. Like obviously like I am personally biased towards the more good intentioned characters, but like as my I feel that my sort of not antipathy so much, but as my disappointment with Will's choices can attest to. It's not just about your like whether you're good or evil aligned. It is also about, okay, are you like for example Lae'zel. I feel that like I don't, maybe I wouldn't call it I like her, but I understand her and I certainly appreciate her character. Like she's going through a lot in the presence of strangers in a land of strangers. Like it's pretty clear that she hasn't really uh like I don't know, like material plane culture is not something that she's probably well versed in. So, and now she's been betrayed by the only authority that she that she had full faith in, essentially. But let's talk to Lae'zel, shall we? Oh, there's that is literally an illithid head nailed to like next to her, which is yeah, yeah, okay, um, pretty intense. Lae'zel.
Shadowheart was no true child of Shah, merely a captive. She must have her vengeance.
I agree. Thankfully, I'm a vengeance paladin, so that'll be exactly what I'm excellent, like what I excel at. Right. Will, how are you feeling about getting back to Baldur's Gate?
Taken from the light to be raised in darkness. Your truth is finally dawning, Shadowheart. You can follow its light, or you can retreat back into dusk. The truth is finally dawning.
Huh.
Shadowheart can follow its light, or she can retreat back into dusk.
Yep. That was a weird bug there, but okay. Yeah, let's talk to Shadowheart again.
I wasn't expecting it, but I'm glad to have some company on this journey.
Let's see if we have
Fine.
more options here.
What's on your mind?
Nope. Fair enough. She seems to be working on something, but we'll leave her to it for now. Right. Our camp here is spread our camp here is spread out a lot wider than normally, but that's to be expected, I guess. All right, Carla, we're going back.
Darling?
Oh. We'll see what this brings us.
Go on.
Okay, it gives us a lot more options because I just felt immediately that that was kind of a lot. Yeah, I kind of want to break things up, and I mean there is an option for that, but um, yeah, we're gonna go for the big one first. Can I kiss you?
I was hoping you'd say that. Thank
Huh.
you.
I'll be honest, I didn't even realize the fact that I am taller than she is. Like, I assumed that we were roughly, like, equivalent size. Guess the sort of, the difference. So I'm grinning like, I'm grinning like an idiot here, but to be fair, to be expected. Right. Carla, are you happy with how things are between us?
If you're happy, I'm happy. Are you happy?
Deliriously.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
I feel that may have been... Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, having a little bit of a good talk with Carla there. Right, our newest travel companions. Isabel has still not managed to regain HP.
Looking forward to a bit of rest, if I'm honest. It's been a long century.
Fair enough. I'm gonna assume Dame Aelin has nothing more interesting to say. Really, like you should really start regenerating some HP there. So, like, I mean, I guess, yeah, we're gonna have a long rest anyway. So you know what? We shan't leave a maiden feeling. There we go. A lot better. Oh, we have Asterion. He has an exclamation mark, which is, I guess, unsurprising. We are going to Baldur's Gate, and we're probably going to run into his particular former group of associates, shall we call them. All right, Asterion, what do you have?
The gate is closed, as is Cazador. And we are no closer to knowing why that bastard is so obsessed with getting me back.
You have any more leads?
I think we should track down my fellow spawn. I'm not exactly looking forward to a reunion, but perhaps they'll know something. If we can find them, we can force them to tell us what he's been doing since I was gone. And honestly, I imagine they'll be coming for me in the night if I don't.
Where would the other spawn be?
Unless Cazador has changed their orders, they'll be in the dens of this town, seeking prey. We should get to them first. Then we can make their pretty tongues talk.
Fair enough, I guess. It's always better to have the initiative when these things. And I feel that, however, I do feel that, like, they might be expecting it, I'll be honest. But to be fair, we're also expecting them that if they find out where we are, I'm gonna expect that they're gonna attempt to take the initiative. So let's talk to Asterion if she has.
So, it's a quest to free Shadowheart's parents, is it? And here I was, worried I'd be the only one with a difficult family reunion waiting in the city.
I'm glad you're feeling as flippant as ever there, Asterion. Right, Gale, any thoughts?
At least Shadowheart is armed with the truth now. May its keen edge draw forth whatever vengeance she desires.
Rather poetic there, Gale. Wasn't expecting it, but wholeheartedly approve. I wonder. Can we see anything?
I spy with my little eye. Yeah. Nothing of note, really.
Why are there invasion plans? This map of the Sword Coast sprawls from the deep forest of Tethir to the frigid spine of the world. Its topography worn by ancient ink and constant fade. There's just like randomly invasion plans off the Sword Coast just lying around on this table. And Right, Halsin. I mean, we're gonna go out of your element a little bit. Hopefully you're ready for that.
Painful truths have been thrust upon Shadowheart. I believe she is strong enough to endure, but her path will be easier with our support.
Agreed. How am I holding up in your estimation?
I've been unfair to you, but honestly, you've surpassed even those.
All right, nothing new from him. Fair enough. Did we miss anyone? We've talked to Will, we talked to Shadowheart, we talked to Lae'zel, we talked to Gale, we talked to Carla, we talked to Asteri. We talked to Isabel. We haven't talked to Dame Aelin. Assume that Dame Aelin. Okay. I think that about covers it. Except, so we're just gonna like just have a little bit of a walk around to see these nooks and crannies. If there's anything. Withers is over here. I wonder if he has anything. Probably not. Just our traveler's chest is probably like built to bursting of the stuff that we need to sell once we get this. But Withers, anything new?
Fate spins along as it should.
Dost thou require a new ally?
No. Okay. Nothing new from Withers. Alright. Reasonable enough. And we're off to a long rest. Again.
The events of the last days weigh heavily upon you. Sleep's rest is slow to come to one whose mind is so full. The Absolute is not a god, but an elder brain controlled by the chosen of the Dead Three. They mean to use it to take control of the Sword Coast.
Yep.
All who carry the tadpole are governed by the brain, and by extension the chosen. It will take but one order to transform them into an army of mind flayers. This would have been your fate too, were it not for the astral prison and the mysterious visitor inside of it. With her help, you have uncovered the cult for what it really is. A plan of conquest orchestrated by the gods of death themselves. Together, you have the power to thwart the Dead Three. If you follow this path to its end, the Elder Brain will not answer to the Chosen. It will answer to you. Will you liberate them from their parasites and their religious delusions? Or will you use the power you gain for your own purposes?
No. We will kill the Elder Brain on the assumption that that is obviously an option. We will put that down, and we will put down all of the mind flayers that spawn as well. I will free everyone of this evil. I will be the hero that saves Baldur's Gate. It feels very much like what my character would say or think in this moment. But on the other hand, when the moment comes, I'll do what feels right. Is also very much in character, right? Yeah. No, I will free everyone of this evil. I will be the hero that saves Baldur's Gate.
You will not have long to wait. All you need to do now is sleep. But sleep is not for you.
The reckoning is upon us! The city thirsts for domination. March! Join power.
Okay.
We're under attack. Help me.
Okay. Who are you? Wait. think these are. I think these are. Expected entity's brain is being tortured at the whim of the ability. Mindful balance in charisma abilities. Yeah, I think these are. These aren't Githyanki. These are Githzerai, I think. Alright, well, I think because these are Githzerai, we are gonna toggle non-lethal damage here. Because, from what we know of Githzerai, they're not actually... Like, they're not bad. Like Githyanki, yes. Like, what does it actually say? Does it... Why are they wounded as well? Threatened, unarmored, deflect mission, or strike. Of a psionic and right. So they're wounded. Escape to the. We need to escape to the portal. Okay. Instead of actually just fighting it out. Fair enough. Yes, right. Okay. Okay. That did not. Right. So move there. The. Ooh, that's
Fight your way to the portal. I need your help.
Right. They are actually pretty. What are the chances that we could slow them? Oh no, we don't have slow. God damn it! All of them saved against the cone of cold. That's just not great. Yeah, I think we're gonna bonus action click some heals.
Pawn to cleric 4.
Disadvantage. You're not supposed to hit. You're still not supposed to hit.
What's the plan?
I think the plan is that you drink a very low roll on that, unfortunately. And then take an opportunity there. For use. And then
Survival is all that matters.
in case, just in case there's some. Oh boy.
That thing's not going to hold together much longer.
Yeah, that does very much seem to be true. Again, those don't look like Githyanki. Those look like Githzerai. And from what we know of Githzerai, that shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, please don't just stand there and watch in awe as the barrier happens.
Where's our dream guardian?
I'm here. Help me. I'm under attack.
Why are intellect devourers our allies? Like the Ember Gishra Mirik. This is a very hectic situation. Also,
Whatever comes, I'm ready.
so please do just fucking get me the rest of the party into the combat.
Yes.
Soldier.
Time to push my luck again.
Right.
Keep fighting.
Haste on Carla. Seems like the best use of our abilities here. I think you are gonna run over there.
And so much for peace.
So much for peace indeed. I think we.
Swords meet sorcery.
We don't have fucking slow available, so I feel that these guys are probably not overtly gonna be bothered by slow. I wonder if hunting. I mean, let's try it, I guess. Oh, both of them got hit.
Of course.
Wait, what's this, right? Astral gravity on it. Falling damage. Cool. Right, that's your turn.
Keep going.
Yeah, I think we will just attempt to finish off this girl over Ember Shra Miriam. We don't want to get smacked by their whatever AoE ability that they have.
This is gonna feel good.
Yeah, they don't have that much HP. So let's go for and miss. Come on. Here's a good hit. Get another. Can. Managed to bring one of them down. Can't actually reach because of all the intellect. That's fine.
Friend of Gek, you will be cleansed.
Okay, it does like. Well, to be fair, Gister I also called him Gates. Yeah, I really don't like the fact that like we're allied with people who use intellect devourers.
Think you can take me on?
And bonus action. Go.
Breathe deep and move.
Forward? Where do we need to go? Alright, we need to jump. Okay. Anything? Is there anything of note over here? Death King Githyanki. Okay, so these are actually Githyanki. Fair enough. I think with that knowledge, we can plug up the. There's a bunch of stuff there to loot. There is a. Yep, there's a. Fair enough.
On my word.
We need to go there. I don't think we need to have great weapon attacks anymore because, well...
It's not over. Come to the skull.
So the demonic figures we saw were Githyanki all along.
Demonic.
Hurry! I can't hold them back alone.
Demonic fig? Which demonic? What?
Time to press ahead.
I need you now.
Gale is like way over there. Alright.
Hope your soul is in good hands.
Hope your soul is in good hands is a very Paladin thing to say when you're trying it. No, we're not critically hitting.
Eat it.
Come on. Put him down. Oh, okay. And I just completely fucking went past there we go.
It's not over. Come to the skull.
Yeah. I'm on my way.
Light on my feet.
The skull. Come to the skull.
Why are
It's
you...
not over. Come to the skull.
It is very important for all adventurers to properly loot their surroundings whenever.
Help me.
Yes. We're on our way. Okay, it's auto saving. I believe that is Prince Orpheus, I presume. Yeah, I would have missed that as well. Is that our dream? I feel that is who just got kicked is actually our dream protector, undisguised.
Before you do anything, I am your ally.
The Emperor.
Danger. The Githyanki is the source of our protection against the Absolute. I must subdue him, or everything we've worked towards is lost. Don't let my form deceive you.
Nope.
I am the one that's been protecting you. I am the one that came to you in your dreams. Help me.
Right. Brilliant. Wonderful. I mean, I was suspect of the Dream Visitor from the very beginning, and Hello there, aim for the pain. Yeah, I'm very sure that Broccoli would say that. I agree. I'm not sure I I agree with that sentiment, but I agree that Broccoli certainly would have said so. Right. I mean, I'm glad that Lae'zel is not in the party at the moment, because I feel that she would probably just freak. Prove to me that you are who you say. Let's start with that.
You saved a child from a viper, back in the Druid's Grove. You saved the Asima Night Soul from her soul cage. You let me live last time you were here, though it brought Blackhead's wrath upon you. Your continued existence as yourself, and not a mind flayer, should be all the proof you need.
Right.
Now, help me.
Oh. I mean, we're probably gonna be shit at this. I will attempt it. Okay, why? Come on, I could have used a little guidance here. I could have definitely used the guidance here. Shadowheart, my girl. How could you do this to me? We will roll again with inspiration, because I feel that this is a big one. Hey, there we go. Fair enough. Hopefully well worth an inspiration. But yeah.
Despite your best attempts to be subtle, the Mind Flayer's awareness is everywhere.
Yeah, I mean...
You blunder in its presence like a warg pup learning to walk.
You must be joking. I am telling you my thoughts directly into your head.
Okay, fair enough.
If you insist on taking a look for yourself, be my guest.
Nothing in your colorful existence to date could have prepared you for this. As the horror subsides, you are left with only one coherent thought. You must do whatever you can to subdue the Githyanki.
Huh.
Happy? Now, join me. Fight!
Okay. So, apparently there is something worse than whatever plan the Emperor has in mind, or the Absolute. So, yeah, he gave us unfettered access to what he has seen. We will join the Mind Flayers.
Together, we can turn the tide.
I mean, not the Emperor. Renegade. Right. Oh. I mean, she's stuck here, apparently. That's brilliant. I mean, and I guess Shadowheart's been stuck there, so I get that does... Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Too heavy to throw. God damn it. Shadowheart. Why are you too heavy to throw? Thaumaturgy, can't even heal myself. Yeah, because we just take the dash action just to get just a tiny bit closer. Let's not be in the way of Shadowheart. We need to protect the Emperor. We don't care about the intellect of ours, but they're also, almost all of them possible. Yep, that is definitely yours. Alright. Shadowheart. I think that's the furthest we can go without hitting. Oh my god. And we've arrived. there's any particular. We're definitely not divine intervention yet. He's not at all effective. Attempt to dominate person. Yes. 50% chance. Okay. Orphic favor. While within 18 meters of Prince Orpheus, the affected entity has resistance to psychic damage and +3 all of the mental. Alright. Really have great options here at the moment. Could just off our own EP at this point with a little more than a little point. Publicity maybe? No, that's it. Can't. Anyway. Banishment. 60% chance. It's not the best, not enough movement. Good. Damn. Wounding ray. What about the fear? 30. We'll throw. We'll throw that, I guess. Turn. Oh. It just leaped into the bone shark. Fist of Unbroken Arrow on Shadowheart.
Destroy the Honor Guard.
Sure. Okay, so that guy got dominated by the Mind Flayer Emperor. Gale, my boy, where the hell are you? Oh, you're kind of far. If you have any scroll that could help you. Have a scroll of Misty Step. How far can you get with it? Not far enough. If you have any other scrolls that might be useful. Nope. Not particularly. Fair enough. Cast Fly on himself, I guess. Not worth it. I think getting Gale into the fight as fast as possible seems like the best option. What do you mean not enough resources? Okay, so Fly literally does nothing. The heals. Really? Not enough movement?
Let's light them up.
Right. Now there's Orpheus. So there's 4 enemies in total, with one of them being dominated. I think we go for a hump. Go up here. Try and protect the Emperor as best we can. Apparently poorly is the answer to that. Alright, Carla, how far can you leave? Bounce off. There. Just barely too far. God damn it.
Heading out.
All right. Why is that a? Oh, never mind. That's Death King Yankee. I was like, is that a dead drow in there? Yeah, we really don't like taking like shitloads of damage here with.
Got to move.
Let's get bonus action. 10 hit points in. I think here. Good enough. Huh? Can you not like. There we go. We have invoked some duplicity. Oh, right, they can just... They're monks. Of course, they can just... Stillness of mind. Of course. Right. Gale, you really should work on your cardio. Yeah, the fly is just completely pointless, apparently.
Step to it.
Right, Chief of Orpheus' honor guard. Okay. Or are we gonna go after that guy? Good hits, Scale. Good hits.
Can't even catch my breath.
Where is that? There's the hunter. Let's swing. He's not down. He's got 1 HP. Okay, that's done. And swing. Yeah, let's put a third level there. So she went from 176 HP to 64, and I think that's pretty baller. Do we want to threaten her? I think, yeah. She's like the... We'd rather not have her running around by herself. She's stunned. Alright. But she's no longer stunned. He is, however. I think we're gonna go after that guy down. Great Weapon Master, let's swing. Okay, another one. Come on. Oh. Miss. Damn you. Pummel strike. Critical hit. No. It was already a critical hit. We didn't need. Right. With that, his stun is over. Now what? Really have. Level. Second level. 14. Oh. Well, we're gonna manifest the spiritual weapon, and hopefully the spiritual weapon will be able to finish off that wounded there. Yeah, monk not OP. Oh, that's another critical hit. Not so important on target. We'll pump it. Oh, hold person on Carla, the bastard. I'm sure you must. Nice. Hold person or like already broken. Wonderful. Good job, Emperor.
Swiftly now.
Right. What are the chances that the spiritual weapon? I don't care about the chances of the spiritual weapon. Quick. We are gonna go. You know what? We're gonna throw a 4th level. Shoot a bunch of fire at him and her, I guess. Relay lyric. Really? Like, is she a rapper? Her name is Lyric.
Still on my feet.
Okay. Please put her down. There we go. Wonderful.
Can't slow down.
Here. Reapply Hunter's Mark. Of course, Alright. Not. Oof. Hunter's Mark. Oh no, Hunter's Mark is over. And she killed Duplicity. Unfortunate. We don't need big swings on this guy. Swing! Not really. There we go. Wonderful. And then there's only the Prelate left, which we'll toggle non-lethal. Just in case we might have like an opportunity to, I don't know, interrogate her later. Right, Prince Orpheus has been subdued once again.
That was too close. Don't look at me like that. I am a mind flayer, yes. Without me, you would be a slave to the Absolute.
Of all the things to be indebted to, a bloody mind flayer.
Well, I prefer the other version. You were in the prism all this time. Why did you deceive me? I always suspected you were a mind flayer. I didn't exactly suspect that the narrator or the dream visitor was a mind flayer. I suspected foul play, and I mean, I was right. I was like I expected that the dream visitor was like an actual person and an agent of Illithid, like Vlak had said. Like I still suspected that afterwards, but right. Tell me everything.
It's like I said before. I'm just like you. An adventurer. I came from Baldur's Gate, though I was never one to be constrained by circumstance. I longed for more. That longing brought me to Moonrise Towers on a search for treasure. To a colony of mind flayers who caught me, changed me into what I am now.
Oh. Why do they?
I served the Elder Brain, the one you know as the Absolute. I was a thrall like any other, but I was fortunate. I broke free and started a new life in my old city.
Baldur's Gate? Okay.
I sustained myself on criminals. Unglamorous, but there are plenty of them. Rarely missed. And they fueled me while I did my work.
Apparently...
I had the good fortune to meet Duke Stelmane. We formed a partnership, and through her, I became the governing force behind the Knights of the Shield, the largest mercantile operation in Baldur's Gate. People referred to me as the Emperor. Such was my influence, though of course they had no idea what I really was. My needs were sated. I was happy for a while, until my true nature was discovered by the tyrant himself, Lord Gortash. He tore me from my home and brought me back to the Brain, where I became a slave once again. A slave he continued to call the Emperor. The name was intended as a slight, to remind me of the heights from which I fell. But I have grown fond of it. It encapsulates well who I've become.
Interesting. So, my first thought, he literally became a D&D mind flayer Batman. Kinda, I guess. Not that Batman kills, but yeah. That was my first thought. I had heard of the knights that he, like the mercantile organization that he spoke of. I had heard of it before, I think, somewhere, but I can't really remember much about it. The Duke was definitely someone that I don't remember, uh, like that I don't remember at least reading about, or her name didn't ring any bells. Right. So, if you became a slave who kept called Emperor once again, why are you now here? I mean, he had to eat criminals' brains because, like, that's how mind flayers sustain themselves. It is like just like unlike like he would starve to death, and I don't think there's a way for them, like, unlike vampires who can like drink your blood without killing you. I don't think there's a way for mind flayers to do the same. So, and I mean, it's not like the like executions are still very much like a criminal punishment in Forgotten Realms. So it's not like, obviously I don't know which criminals like he went after. I assume he just went after all criminals indiscriminately, but like at least some of them were probably like would have gotten the death penalty anyway. So, right. How did you end up here?
Gortash sent me on a mission to retrieve the astral prism. I was one of many, but the first to find it. How Gortash or the other chosen learned of its existence, I do not know. The moment I found it, I felt a change. My free will returning. I followed the feeling inside, and found the Githyanki. I realized what the prism was for. Containment. While my body was within the prism's bounds, my mind was free. I could resist the Elder Brain, the Chosen. Better yet, I could plan to overthrow them. All I needed to do was subdue the Githyanki, and find allies in the outer world. You.
I mean, as much as Shadowheart has reservations about being allied and owing to the Mind Flayer, like I have very similar reservations. Are you going to tell me what this battle was about?
We fought to tame Prince Orpheus, the son of Gith herself. His power has been the source of your continued protection against the voice of the Absolute. The power to disrupt hive mind communication.
Right.
It is the same power that enabled Orpheus's mother to bring about the fall of the Illithid Empire eons ago. A power she passed on to him, and that I leveraged for you. When Orpheus's mother left, a usurper took her place. Vlaakith declared herself queen of the Githyanki. Vlaakith wanted his power, but Orpheus rose against her, and so she sealed him and his honor guard within this prism. Bound by infernal chains, Orpheus could never leave. Bound by duty, his guard never would. They were close to breaking my hold on that prince. And if they had succeeded, we would be lost. I am relieved. You have embraced your potential enough that you could help me eliminate them. Alone, Orpheus will be much easier to control.
I really do feel like that maybe there could have been a diplomatic solution there, because it's not like it's not like the Emperor here is like he's trying to thwart the plans of the Chosen and the Absolute, and kind of like also the like Mind Flayers, right? Like I feel that there could have been some kind of a diplomatic agreement that might have been reached. I mean, if both sides were reasonable people. And I think the Emperor, for all like that he's done so far, seems like a lot, if not reasonable, then at least logical, like willing to follow logic and reason. But again, like obviously, like with the Githyanki's deep-seated hatred of all things Mind Flayer, I wouldn't exactly like yeah, they it would be difficult to make them see reason, but it might have been possible. Was it you or Orpheus that Blackith wanted us to kill when she ordered us inside the prison? Well, I mean, surely it's Orpheus, right? What happens if we free Orpheus?
That would be a terrible idea. The moment he is free, he will attack you. Your only defense would be to kill him, and in so doing, you would doom us both.
Right.
Even though he is subdued, you feel Orpheus's revulsion, a pulsing hatred that cannot be contained. The Emperor is telling the truth. To him, you are just another wretched illithid.
You carry a tadpole. As far as Orpheus is concerned, you are already a Lithid, a sworn enemy, just like me.
Lae'zel has actually proven to be remarkably reasonable at times. Like, you can absolutely reason with Lae'zel. You might have to do it from a specific angle, and you might have to take refuge in your authority over her, potentially by just like, if it comes to it, like just having a duel about it. But like, she can be reasoned with, right? But yeah, as like obvious, like if we can sense his like overriding revulsion, then yeah, that's fair. Guess there was really no way of getting that across. Fair enough. I'm nothing like you. I'm no illithid and never will be. But yeah, but that's kind of contingent on Orpheus being contained in the prison. So, the more I talk to you, the less you seem like a mind flayer. Which is, I mean, one, it's true, but like also two, like we shouldn't kid ourselves on the fact that like he is a mind flayer, and I don't think there's a way to revert that change. So, but I think we're gonna have to make a statement here. I'm no illithid, and never will be.
You are already more illithid than you realize. It has improved you. You seek to reverse an inevitable process. A process of evolution. When I first escaped from the Elder Brain, I too railed against the change. But the longer I have inhabited this form, the more it has grown on me. Even if my original body remained intact after I transformed, I would not return to it. Doing so would only impose limitations. As an illithid, I have far surpassed who I ever was before. You too should embrace this change.
And there we have the reason why the Dream Visitor has been urging us to consume the parasites. Probably, and doing so would probably have prompted like at least the beginnings of a ascendance process, he would probably call it. But why do you say that?
I believe we'll have a better chance of defeating the Elder Brain if you embrace your latent illithid potential. I've been studying you for a while now. I believe I can trigger the next stage of your tadpole's life cycle, while continuing to preserve your independence. You have seen what I can do. Imagine yourself with the same strength, the same intelligence, the same devastating beauty. If you let me, I can evolve you.
If you can evolve me, why can't you stop Ceramorphosis altogether?
The answer is twofold. One, I can, but it would kill you, as I told you before.
Right.
Two, why would I? You have done well with the limited form you have, but you would do far better as an illithid. So, do you wish to evolve or not?
Absolutely not. Like, yes, you're powerful, Mr. Emperor. Certainly are. but we've killed mind flayers before, and if push comes to shove, we'll kill you just as easily. So
I understand. Let us hope then that your present self will be sufficient to deal with 3 gods of death and a giant magically enhanced elder brain. But in case you change your mind... Look after it. Use it when you're ready to evolve. You or your allies. It has vitality enough for you all. But we mustn't lose focus. We need to resume our journey. You heard the Chosen. The brain has gone to the city, and the army marches to follow. We must not let them reach it. We must find the brain, and bring it under our control.
Right. Astral touch. The Oh, there's an.
Hello. Moving it.
Have a lot on my mind.
Right, it's
Well, in it. Won't they all catch a break?
Taking from that would be. Okay, I was worried that we would have the like we would have to hurry on out of here, but it doesn't seem like we're under time. Bird deals additional damage. I wish I was a monk, or otherwise throwing hands at people. Because that's pretty good. I mean, one of the things that came to mind, like as he was mentioning the transformation, is that that might be a way for it might be a way to stop Carla from dying of her engine breaking down. Like, that is pretty much the only merit that I can think of when it comes to transforming into a Githyanki. Sorry, not Githyanki, but Gate, or the Mind Flayer, whatever you call it. Is half of the but yeah, we took a lot more damage than I assumed we would. Wonder if they're gonna give any interesting information that's available. the intellectual power of pain. Pretty much got it. So right. Seems like
I'll feel that one later.
reasonable time to take a short rest, and then right. So got a bunch of stuff that we picked up. Astral touch. So this is the interesting bit. Githyanki, scarred with faded symbols carved over with a drawing. It depicts an army training. Their commander stands proudly at the center, his face marked with scars, his eyes burning with bright passion. High above, a comet streaks across the sky. Have another one. Symbolic drawings etched over a forgotten text. Two figures, one an imposing female with a regal aspect, the other a devil, his face twisted with bride charm. Their hands meet in the exchange of an artifact, the astral prism. Okay. And then the image on the slate has been carved with such intensity that it almost pierces the slate itself. Depictions of spells and weapons frame a lonely central figure. Head bowed, his arms outstretched, chained between their fair enough. Yeah, we're yeah. All of this stuff that's gonna be sold anyway. Cluttering. But yeah, yeah, I'm definitely not very trustful of the Emperor in a way. I am and kind of aren't, because like on the flip side, like he has not, like he's scale. Right. So, on the flip side, like, he's clearly, like, he's no longer the adventurer he used to be. I think we can, like, we'll call that clearly in that. He has been affected by, his transformation. Astral globe of domination. We could interact with it, or we could attack the rocks. I think the Emperor, we're gonna stick with him for now, and we'll come back to him later if need be. No, the thing is that I don't think that. Okay, so the people who attacked us got killed by someone, right? Does mean that we get loot. But yeah, no, the only reason, like the only positive reason to even consider the whole transformation is that it would probably, because like it's a physical transformation as well as a mental transformation. Like it would probably save Carla from her engine, but like it's still not something that we're actually going to take up. It's clear, even with talking to the Emperor, even if he might not admit it himself, it is, in my opinion, clear that the transformation has had an effect on him as a person.
So, there's been a mind flayer inside the artifact, or astral prism, the whole time we've had it. Sounds like utter madness, even though I've seen it with my own eyes. The more I learn, the less I understand just why I was sent to retrieve that thing. But it matters little now. I do not serve Shah anymore, nor the Mother Superior. The prism is no longer my mission. Saving my parents is. But I digress. Did you want something?
Yeah, that's I mean, okay, it's nice that it gives us the option to at least talk about it with our companions, but no, like it's just that's not taking because I don't think it will increase. Well, it might increase the chances of our short-term success against the absolute and the chosen and all of it, but it's probably gonna condemn our souls, and that's a path you don't. But that is an interesting point that Shadowheart brings up. Why, like, Shar, who has no, like, who doesn't have a horse in the race of, like, Shar is not part of the Alliance, right? Like, Shar has nothing to do with the Dead Three. And I mean, obviously, like, if Shar thinks that it's, like, a threat to her followers or her power, then, like, disrupting the teams of the Dead Three makes sense. But I feel that there's a deeper reason for them, like, going after the Astral. And I wonder what that is. Also, we can probably take off on this. Let's talk to Carl.
Hey.
The Emperor has offered us a special tadpole. We'll become partial mind flayers, but we'll get great power in. No. Like, it's one of those that, like, I do want to know what Carla thinks about that.
Special tadpole? Bit of a contradiction in terms, don't you think? I don't even want a regular one.
Yeah, true.
You're talking about turning into what? A half squid? Not surprised you haven't tried it yourself yet.
Okay, so it is.
Thank the gods.
It is literally just like the implication of saying that is that I want to do it. I wish they would give you an option of like, okay, what do you think about the deal offered, rather than trying to convince your party members that you want to change. But oh well. Gale, any?
Whew, quite the rug pull, eh? A mind flayer manipulating us this whole time. Such creatures are not to be trusted as a general rule, though this one does appear to have had a significant hand in our survival up to this point. At best, an ally whose motivations remain shrouded in deceit. We should be wary of what such an alliance may cost us.
You know, Gale. Yeah. I mean, like this in this one, it's more explicit. We've been given a rare gift, an astral touch. Yeah. No. Like, as much as I feel that Gale is like maybe one of the, I mean, Asterion is probably like the companion who would like understand the logic of the thing the most, but he's also very vain, and I don't think that he'd be I don't think that he really understands or sees any beauty in the form of an illithid. So yeah, we're definitely not going to convince our companions to try and turn them into illithid. And I think Gale had like said a very wise thing in that. Like, it's a case of, yes, the Emperor is helping us, and the Emperor is like, I do take him on his word that the Emperor, while using Orpheus's power, is is responsible for us not just being turned to a pawn of the absolute or into an actual mind flayer. Yes. So I'll take him at that word, but I do also agree with Gale that his true motivations as to why he's helping are shrouded in mystery, and I have a feeling that, like, because he likes being called the Emperor, he liked being the Emperor, I have a feeling that what he sees as the absolute plot is like, yes, he wants to stop it, and yes, he wants to stop the Dead Three, but I think he also sees in that an opportunity to like potentially take control of the entire thing like himself. And like because that's one of the options that was said is that uh like was one of the options that the narrator gave us like while we were thinking about things on the bed. So I think he's trying to steer us in that direction, and I feel that if we take his deal and if we like he'll become like the senior partner in our cooperation as like he's the emperor and we're like the co-emperor or the junior emperor, and then they'll attempt to okay there's so exclamation mark on Lae'zel, exclamation mark on Shadowheart apparently went to a hairdresser in the night. Any other exclamation points? No, Gale is just walking along. I would imagine that Will might have an exclamation. Therian doesn't appear. Carlaw walked over to Buzz. Fine. Is Will? No, Will does not have an explanation. All right. So, yeah, white-haired Shadowheart can wait for now because I think talking to Lae'zel is paramount.
Your parasite communes with Lae'zel's. Her heart races as she learns of the events inside the astral prism.
Yep.
Orpheus, Gith's only son. He lives.
Does.
It is not the Geich visitor that Vlaakith would destroy and Voss would set free.
Yep.
It is Orpheus, the blood of the mother, the prince of the comet.
Yep. I mean, our dream figure is a mind flayer. Isn't that more concerning? Let's not bring attention to that fact because Lae'zel could go like, yeah, you're right. We should definitely go back to the astral plane and shank him. What makes Orpheus such a threat to Vlaakith?
Listen close. The Emperor spoke only in half-truths.
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
For you to know the tale of Orpheus, you must know the tale of Gith and of Vlaakith. Long ago, when we rose up against our Geich slavers, Mother Gith made for the Hells to secure an alliance with the Archdevil Tiamat. Tiamat gifted the Githyanki our red dragons. Gith remained in the Hells, and Tiamat's envoy proclaimed Vlaakith our ruler. The first Vlaakith of many. It is Vlaakith 157 whom my people now call Queen.
157th incarnation of Vlaakith. 157. That's a lot of Vlaakiths.
Yes. Our current queen has claimed undeath and reigned for 1,000 years. But it was the first whom Orpheus tried to slay.
Huh.
Orpheus is Gith's only son. He led his mother's own honor guard in a coup against Vlaakith I. It was Kithrak Voss himself who slayed the prince in vicious battle. Or so the Varshas teach us. Yet the Prince of the Comet's been with us, subdued by that repugnant Illithid. Should Orpheus go free, he would tear Vlaakith's empire to pieces and build new glory from the scraps.
Then Voss was right. Orpheus is the seed of Vlaakith's demise.
The seed and the sower. Every word Voss spoke, he spoke true. Orpheus is the living proof of the Queen's lies, and the living weapon that conquered our Geich slavers. One word from his lips, and the people would doubt. 2 words, and they would rage. 3 words, and they would bow to the true heir. If the Githyanki are to be free, the Prince of the Comet must lead the way.
And then what? Then we'll have a reinvigorated Githyanki raiding, attacking monasteries. I'd like to talk about Orpheus.
What about him?
Why is he called the Prince of the Comet?
The historical slates describe Orpheus as a fearsome, terrible creature, powerful beyond measure, and enthralled by the Geich. So mad with power, he'd smash through the Githyanki Empire and deliver the shards to his illithid masters. And glowing with such psionic force that he and his red dragon blazed a trail through the skies. A lethal comet careening towards my people. Lies, of course. Vlaakith spread a false image of Orpheus as monstrous betrayer, and her knights as the butchers who sliced him through. She was right to fear him, I'll grant her that. So great is the comet, it could shatter her reign.
Why did Vlaakith keep Orpheus alive all those millennia ago?
The Emperor may be loathsome, but it's right. Orpheus can disrupt a Geich hive mind. A talent like that makes the Prince a powerful shield and a powerful weapon. Why destroy a weapon like that when you can contain it in a relic and keep it for yourself?
It's a powerful relic and a powerful weapon, certainly. But of all the people in the world, if I thought that, okay, there's this one guy, if I was a leader of a brutal regime as Vlaakith is, and there was just this one guy who could bring the entire thing crumbling down, no matter how powerful of a weapon or artifact it would be to shunt him in a the prism, I'd still probably just kill the guy. If he's literally the only person who can bring down my empire, just shank him. But it's not like Vlaakith isn't known for her greed. So, the current Vlaakith is trying to become an actual god. So,
A weapon is only an asset for as long as it isn't pointed at you.
Yes.
The means of Vlaakith's own end has been ripped away from her. Better to have Orpheus killed than to risk his escape. Better to risk the rise of illithids than let the Prince of the Comet deny her the godhood she craves.
Who were the hostile Githyanki in the prison?
Orpheus's honor guard, loyal to the end. Trapped by Vlaakith in the same prism holding their noble prince, fruitlessly hacking at the sphere that contains him. They see us as Geich, tadpoled husks in the Emperor's thrall. I regret their deaths, but I pledge to live as they perished, in the service of Gith's son. Very well.
Right. That was Lae'zel's take on things. Interesting, to say the least. Right. Shadowheart. I like the new look.
Be honest. What do you think of the new look?
I mean, I do think it suits her.
Well, I'm glad someone does. Perhaps I'll get used to it. I have a lot to get used to right now.
No, I that's the thing, is that, as I said, if I was a tyrannical despot of an empire, and there was exactly one person in the empire, within my grasp, who could bring the entire empire crumbling down around me, I mean, it would be for the greater good. Like, obviously, I'm the greatest good of the Empire because I'm right, and I'm like, people should follow my example. And he's a threat to all that I represent. So, shanking him is the obvious choice, rather than being like, well, I've got him contained, and there's like no chance that this will ever backfire on me, like ever. Because fate is a fickle thing. Right. Not much to say then, other than that, Shadowheart. Fair enough. Will, there's also a question of like, what happens like if we do the tadpole transformation, right? Like, what happens to Will? What happens to his soul? Because like Withers, our buddy, our pal Withers, claims that Illithid don't have souls. And like, and that not all living beings actually have souls. So, what would happen to Will if he transformed into an Illithid and he was still under the pact with Mizora? It's interesting, but obviously, like, not. Again, we're not gonna be doing the whole Illithid transformation because, like that's the thing is that if Withers is correct and like the Illithid actually don't possess a soul anymore after the transformation, then like what's the point of gaining more power if you just lose your soul for it?
Love Shadowheart's new look. Softer, less severe. It suits her.
Yep. I fully agree. I was hoping, Will, that you'd have something to say about the whole. Nope, you don't have anything to say about the whole mind flare in a. Maybe I shouldn't have talked to Shadowheart after. So, Carla, anything?
Gods, Shadowheart looks like a stack of gold. Never thought I could get so excited about someone's forehead, but here we are.
It's been a while since we connected like we once did, huh?
Yeah, I had the same thought. So much has happened between then and now. Maybe we just got a little caught up in it all.
Maybe.
But I'm not going anywhere. I've got plans for the future, you know, and they involve you.
That's very nice of you to say, Carla, and I appreciate it. Right, Halsin.
I was concerned when I saw Shadowheart creeping about with a blade in the dead of night, but it was just to cut her hair, it seems. It suits her.
Agreed. Don't think we have anything in particular to talk with Halsin there. Gale, any comments on Shadowheart?
There's no more radiant sight than that of someone who's learned to love themselves anew. Shadowed in name, but no longer in spirit. It suits her.
Yeah, I am unsurprised that the more good aligned people in the party definitely approve. Asterion?
We have a new look for a new Shadowheart. Nice as it is, she still doesn't have the best hair in the camp.
which is like, which is an interesting sort of thing to say when all of your hair is covered by the hooded. But right, I'm curious. I am honestly curious as to like Asterion's take on, because like this seems fairly neutral. I want to discuss the astral touch tadpole.
We both know what it is capable of, but I'm not touching it.
Yep. Fair enough. I wasn't going to ask you to use it.
Good. I wouldn't have anyway. If we master the tadpoles, it will be different. But right now, that mastery depends on an Illithid and its Githyanki's slave.
Yep.
I'm not going to submit to this. Don't ask me again.
I mean, I didn't ask you other than to talk to you about it. But yeah, no, I... Like, in a way, yes, Asterion is like the companion who seeks the, like, more personal power, but, like, he's also the one who's probably rankled the most about being so indebted if like to an illicit and his slave. Like it must remind him of his of his situation with Castor. Right, Jaheira, anything?
Shadowheart walks a little freer of the shadows. She could shave her skull and paint it purple. It would still suit her.
Fair enough. I'm not sure if she shaved her skull and painted it purple that it would actually suit her, but right. Anything?
Ask it.
Right. It's the same question. Join me.
You have enough fine young folk to.
Right. So we are gonna go into the city. But one of the things that I think like we definitely want to have Jaheira around is my thinking. And the reason that I think that is because one, I do kind of want to hear the banter between her and Carla, like Carla being a big fan of Jaheira, as well as I mean I need to level up Jaheira because she's a new entry.
Go ahead.
Yep.
I'm listening.
I need you to remain in camp.
I question the wisdom of that decision. I'll be here.
You. And we do need to figure out like what kind of equipment is she coming in with, and like what obviously we don't really have great equipment for her to take, I don't think, but like just to know what her base level is and all of that. I feel. I mean, the thing is that like I have disabled like on all of my companions. I have disabled, like told like basically pretty much everyone has the don't show helmet option, like enabled, except for my main character. Like he has his helmet because, but like it's like in the case of Lae'zel, for example, like she also has her helmet on, and like it's weird because like that is like I have disabled it like multiple times and it just keeps like resetting.
Are we ready for the road once more?
Yes.
As you wish.
I would like you to join. There we go. All right, Jaheira.
You need something.
So you have Sylvan Scimitar. Instead of its dexterity modifier, the affected entity adds its spellcasting ability modifier to attack rolls. Yeah, that's. And then she has a scimitar +1. All right. And she just has like light armor, leather gloves. Okay, fair enough. Her intellect is 8. Really? Okay. Yeah, that's right. So we have a circle of the. Yeah, we're gonna keep her as circle of land, because like we already have a circle of the moon in Halcyon. Oh. Wild shape, all of that. Natural recovery. Yep. Choose a cantrip. Which cantrip do we want to go? Resistance, use flame, poison spray. I think we guide. Oh, I mean, we're probably gonna have picking up a cantrip somewhere. And preparing spells isn't necessary at this stage because we have a lot of leveling to do. All right, level 3. Whee! Gain passive. Right. So gain 2 spells that are always prepared. Right. So whole person spike growth. Mirror image misty step. Blur and silence. Bark skin whole person. Invisibility and pass without trace. Mirror image and spike growth. Melts acid arrow and darkness. Web and misty step. I think web and misty step are pretty good. Hold person spike growth. Meh. Mirror image, misty step. Yeah, those are nice. Blur and silence. Yeah. Bark skin, hold person. Bah. Invisibility, pass without trace. No. Mirror image, spike growth. Then no. I think we go for a coast. It makes sense, like being from Baldur's Gate. It's a coastal settlement. Like. Also suits her very well, so And that's that. We don't need to use their spells yet. Yeah, I mean, like, the thing is that, like, it would make more sense if she was a ranger rather than a druid. And I mean, obviously, I guess I could multi-class her into ranger. Like, but like, we'll keep her, like, we'll keep all of us as not multi-classing. But like, yeah, I was very surprised when she turned out to be like a druid rather than a ranger. But I suppose that is, like, obviously a holdover from the previous Baldur Gate game where she was probably the only druid companion in there. So, right, class feature, gain cantrip, deep growth, new feat. Right, cantrip. This time we're taking produce flame. Cool. Right. Then we have our collection. So we want. I think we just. There's no. I keep forgetting which one it is. Like, it's one of my, like, I'm just completely blanking on the feat that is not available here, which is like it gives you +1 wisdom, it gives you like +5 to your passive perception and passive observant. That's the one. And that is not an option here. Of all of the feats that are available, observant is not one of them, but it is one of my personal favorites. And like, none of the newer feats are available, like the half feats, like Shadow Touch or Fey Touch. Like Fey Touch, for example, would be pretty brilliant. But I think we're just increasing wisdom, and I think we're gonna increase dexterity because we might be giving a dexterity half feat to her. Class features, Wild Strike. An additional attack after making an arm strike. Spells, gain a passive circle of land. Right, so Sleet Storm and Haste. Sleet Storm and Call Lightning. Protection from energy and hypnotic pattern. Call Lightning and plant growth. Daylight and Haste. Call Lightning and Flight. Stinking Cloud and Vampiric Touch. And Gaseous Storm and Stinking. I think Sleet Storm and Call Lightning, pretty baller combo, like, still works. Protection from energy and hypnotic pattern is also nice. Like, always have, like, protection from energy is one of those, like, okay, it looks like I'm gonna be facing this energy type. Like, just having it always be prepared is pretty nice. But I do think, so I think we're gonna go for grassland. Like, it's either grassland or Arctic. And I don't really like using Sleet Storm because, my god, has like, putting water and ice on the ground, like, come back to bite me in the ass. So I think we're taking grassland because having the ability to cast haste as a druid is makes you even better of a caster. So we're gonna accept that. Yeah, no, Dungeon Delver does not help there either. But yeah, I mean, you can absolutely do that sort of a druid build in like 5th edition tabletop. Like, it's like the same if you like, okay, like, I'm gonna do, I don't know, like like, I'm gonna do a melee wizard, but I'm not gonna be like, but you don't have the option to pick like the Blade Singer. It's like, yeah, you can do it, but like, why? Like, why would you do that? Like, it kind of grants you nothing. Like, so you absolutely can do it, but it's not. Subclass feature. Difficult terrain no longer slows you down. Yep, that's nice. Fairly simple level up there. Level 7. We have new spells. We get a new passive. Right, what do we have here? Conjure minor elemental ice storm. Freedom of movement and confusion. Blight and wall of fire. Okay, liking desert. Definitely liking desert. Minor elemental grasping vine. Meh. Freedom of movement and polymorph. I like freedom of movement, but it's one of those spells that I'm like, like when will I cast this rather than casting like a healing or a damage spell? Mountain, Stone Scream, Dominate Beast. That's not very good. Blight and Grasping Vine. Greater Invisibility. Yeah, I think like out of these, like just Desert, like it's just the absolute winner here. Like Wall of Fire and Blight, and which means that you can now prepare spells that are like you have the 2 damage spells that you kind of want to have like always prepared. Right. So here comes the interesting bit on the level up is do we level up her wisdom? Or do we go for like we can like athlete is the one that I was thinking about. Like jump distances has actually have become pretty important in this game, and there's always the when you're prone, like it helps in getting up. Is there any other one? Durable. I'll be honest, druids, if I remember correctly, like their saving throw proficiencies are wisdom and intellect. Yeah, wisdom and intellect, right? So, here, I'll be honest, like resilient into dexterity, doesn't seem like the worst choice. Like, dexterity saving throws are just super prolific. So, there is that. I honestly, I'll be honest, I was a little dumb, I feel, because I really, instead of putting it into dexterity, should have put it into constitution. And then I could have resilient constitution with, 16 and getting saving throw proficiency. So, yeah, there's that. But I didn't do that because I was a bit of a dum-dum. And I wasn't thinking straight when I was doing it. So the real question is, are we going to take alert? Or are we going to just pump up her wisdom modifier? And I feel that we just pump up her wisdom modifier because, she is... the Circle of the Land is, the spell casting, subclass available to druids in this game. So, increasing your spell save DC, increasing the amount of spells that you can actually have prepared, feels more than crucial. Right. And then last of the Circle of the Land things. We have always prepared. What do we get? Cone of Cold and Contagion. Alright. Conjure Elemental, Greater Restoration. Decent. Wall of Stone and Insect Plague. No. Mass Cure Wounds and Contagion. Alright, Mass Cure Wounds is one of those spells that you do always I want to have available to me, so yeah. Greater Restoration, Insect Plague. Greater Restoration is also one of those, but Insect Plague is and Greater Restoration is worse than just Mass Cure Wounds and Contagion. Wall of Stone and Conjure Elemental. No. Swamp, Insect Plague, and Cloud Kill. Yeah, it's very swampy. I'll get it that. Thematically very appropriate, but just nah. Contagion and Cloud Kill. Alright. So, I mean, I do like Arctic, because, having Cone of Cold and Contagion, yes, nice. Conjure Elemental, Greater Restoration, also good. Desert, no. It's basically, it's either forest or it's coast, because, Conjure Elemental is, one of the things that you might... let's see. Contagion is, if I remember correctly, poison a target and possibly afflict them with a disease. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're gonna go with forest here. Because, just always having prepared Mass Cure Wounds is very useful. Right, now we can actually think about preparing some spells. We're not gonna have Good Berry prepared. No, thank you. We are gonna have Entangle. We're not gonna have Ice Knife on. We are gonna have a Healing Word on. Moonbeam. Yeah, Hold Person is actually probably decent because we are going into Baldur's Gate, and I'm gonna assume that we're gonna be facing some humanoid enemies. So actually having Hold Person just available is nice. We want Lesser Restoration, Moonbeam. Like Moonbeam, on save. No, no. That trace, no. Flaming Sphere. Heat Metal. Nope. I think that's what we're gonna do. Heat Metal. Absolute baller of a spell to have. Cold Lightning, Sleet Storm, Feign Death, Protection from Energy, Plank Growth. Yeah, I think we don't have Feign Death. Like, why does it, like, it always seems to, um, have Feign Death, like, as one of, similar to Ice Knife, and, like, Witch Bolt for Gale. It seems that, like, Feign Death is just one of those spells that the game goes like, oh, you really want to have this prepared, don't you? And I go like, no. No, I don't. Then we have Stone Skin, no. Conjure Mine on Elemental, no. Conjure Woodland Being, no. Grasping Vine, Hippo Dragon Creatures, no. I don't think that's good enough. Confusion, no. Dominate Beast, no. Ice Storm, yes. Greater Restoration there. Planar Binding, Conjure Elemental. I think we take Conjure Woodland Beings. I don't want Insect Plague, don't need Wall of Stone. Ripper, Conjure Elemental, and then I think Flame Blade. Go. And then the final level up for Jaheira. Can't be charmed or frightened by elementals and Fae. Disease and poison no longer affect. That's nice. Dilophosaurus. Not that she'd be doing that much. Alright. Can't. Which cantrip do we? Poison spray or resistance? Poison spray or resistance? I mean, she could do up to 36 poison. Like, yeah, sure, all right. Or resistance. You know what? We'll take poison spray. Then spell preparation. We should have gotten like one more spell prepared, and yes, it automatically is spell prepared. Monk Strider. I think Fairy Fire. Like for a first level spell, like Fairy Fire is just very good. I think that is gonna be the end of our level up for Jaheira. Hopefully we won't be hopefully we won't be getting into too much trouble immediately as we get to Baldur's Gate. Right, with Jaheira and all of that having been done, I think the last thing that we want to do is we want to talk to Isabel and Dame Aelin and probably Withers before we leave this camping area. And by God, I did not expect it for us to stick around here for so long, but all right. It's been an exposition session apparently. All right, Isabel, how are you feeling?
Looking forward to a bit of rest, if I'm honest. It's been a long century.
Okay, nothing new from her. Dame Aelin, anything?
Begone, friend.
You
I
have
have a darling to adore.
Fair enough. You know what? You should join my camp permanently. We can fight the powers of evil together.
Our thoughts are as one, my friend. You must face the chosen of Bane and Baal. I will do my part to see them laid low.
All right, fair enough. Right. I could do Withers, but I'll be honest, I think like just having the 20 in wisdom is probably just fine. But yeah, they didn't seem to have anything new to save, so let's leave camp and actually get into, well, not Baldur's Gate proper. We're gonna be in, it's called Worm's Rest, I think. Also, I'm pretty sure he's not a skeleton. He's more like he's definitely more like a zombie than a skeleton, but I'd call him a mummy, I guess. Wow. we have left Act 2 finally. Fair enough. I wonder what kind of chaos we're gonna be stumbling our way into. But
We must find where Gortash and Orin have established themselves, and take their nether stones.
right. So the Emperor has finally dropped his disguise, and I'm gonna assume, like, just because
The city is close now.
Okay.
My former peers will be watching, no doubt. Waiting for my return. We should do what we can to find them. What they know could help us.
All right. Reasonable. Oh, and an immediate autosave, which is good because I haven't been saving. Right. Actually, we have like shitloads of things. Right. Confront the Elder Brain. Netherstones. Control. Destroy. Get Orion's Netherstone. Free Orpheus. Right. We need to find Sheris's Caress, which is a tavern. Talk to Kithrak boss. The Emperor has given us the means to unlock the next stage of our illicit transfer without becoming Mind Flayer. Even with the Astral Touch Catapult, we will. And help Kithrak boss, which is like it's a little weird that help Kithrak boss and free Orpheus are not like you'd think that they'd be the one and the same quest, but apparently not. Daughter of Darkness, we need to find a Sharan lookout. We have arrived in Worm's Crossing. Shadowheart believes the Sharan lookouts will be present in the vicinity, awaiting her return. You must find one such lookout in order to learn where the Sharan cloister is hidden. She expects to find such a lookout hiding amongst the desperate new alliance. Yep, that makes sense. Blade of the Frontiers. We've reached Worm's Crossing on the outskirts of Baldur's Gate. We should keep an eye out for Mizora. Azariel's asset. Alright, okay. Fair enough. Githyanki Warrior. Eager to speak to Githrak boss, no doubt. We can now look for other spawn that Asterion mentioned before. We should look for them in the taverns and flop houses of Worm's. Help your protector, lift the shadow curse, done. Discover history of Prince Orpheus, done. Right. So the thing that we need to keep in mind is we also need to go to the Open Hand Temple in Worm's Crossing. Bring the Spirit of the Amulet. Before we do any of that, I think a little bit of self-buffing is in order, just in case. Decided to cast Light there.
Not as bad as it could have.
Because, well, I guess. We'll get aid. Shadowheart. Aids herself from shield. And I don't like. I am not expecting super amounts of trouble immediately, so I think we're just for now gonna leave it at that. And
over and through.
Okay, there's just a bunch of perfect camp. Rope. Appreciate League here for boots. Backpack. I mean, apparently this is not stealing from anyone, so, right. Yenna. Hello.
Excuse me. I can't find my mum.
Speaking of trouble, I think we just found it. Because if I'm not mistaken, this sort of an approach is very common in cases of like pickpockets and or luring you into an ambush. So, but of course we'll help the child because like if that isn't the case, like we can probably like we can definitely like deal with any pickpockets and such or any ambush that they might have plotted for us. So. I mean, the game doesn't like it. It is literally not stealing if the game doesn't say it's stealing, so it's not stealing. And looting is part of an adventurous core nature. So, that's your problem, kid. Get lost. All right. What's your name?
Yenna. And my cat is Grub. He's shy. I'm not. My mum is called Emery. She went to go get some herbs for her spots. She was sick, and she was supposed to come back the same day. That was last 10 day, though.
This seems well rehearsed. It sounds like your mum is probably dead. You must be hungry. Take some food.
Wow. Thanks. My mum would like this. She's the best cook in the world. And she taught me, too. I'll look for her. I think she'll probably come soon. Thanks a lot.
I mean, why are we... I mean, surely we can give her food and help her. But that cat did remind me. Definitely want to have speak with animals available at all times.
You'll be in a big, cozy bed soon enough.
There's a, like, see? The game tells you that taking any of these would be stealing. Therefore, we're not doing it. Right. Oh, there's also an ancient sigil circle. I don't know if it's, like, a thing that you have to come... Like, I don't think it's a thing that you have to come in and like, activate it or anything. But I feel that it's, like, in character to go like, oh, let's activate the ancient sigil thing. Right. What's happening over here now, then?
Can't talk. I'm sorry. The little one needs all of my attention.
Baldur. Okay.
Do you know where we're going? What kind of inn is it? Will there be feather beds?
I don't know. Nona Bargazian?
We told our son that this is a holiday to spare him the truth. We don't have homes to go back to.
Right. Very unfortunate. I assume this is for Worms Crossing.
Welcome to Rivington.
Oh.
South, Coast Way. North, Worms Crossing.
That's why we need to walk just a little more. One foot in front of the other.
FTG. Can't even interact with them with these things. Alright, what's happening over here? For us?
If my friend tries to get you to invest, kindly turn her down. She doesn't need the encouragement.
Wonder what she wants to do.
If I hire the refugees, then I get cheap labor and they get coin. It's a good deal for everyone.
Fair enough. I think these are gold dwarves.
I'm not asking for much.
So there's an entrepreneur among here, sure. Citizens just talking among themselves. There's a fist and Edmundus Muggerus.
All this kerfuffle over missing redcaps. Yes, we'd caged them due to unruly behavior, but as our redcap cleaners demonstrate, most are perfectly harmless.
Yeah, red caps are not a thing that you want missing.
We had an unfortunate incident involving a...
Keep a sharp eye out. Redcaps are on the loose. One's deemed too violent to work. And not one of these circus folk seemed bothered by it.
That is weird, I'll be honest.
What do you get out of this? Well, it's the right thing to do, isn't it?
I don't like
It's not my problem now, is it?
don't like that there's red camps like we've seen what red camps are like, that they're bloodthirsty little monsters. Alright, lethal claw.
I'm not paid to talk. If you want something, speak to Zenobia.
Oh, aren't you very gleeful? What about you, Mr. Caravan Ox? Anything you wish to say? Any hidden plans? Are you an ooze?
Try the grass, should it take your fancy. Such sweetness should be shared.
Alright, fair enough. Thankfully, it didn't. He probably isn't an acidic ooze.
If I was a Sharan lookout, this is the sort of place I'd want around.
To take down trouble.
Good to know, Shadowheart.
So don't make trouble.
Okay. What's happening over here?
Baldurians! Stand with me against this tide that threatens to overwhelm us.
What are you?
Please just go home. You're ruining a perfectly uneventful posting with this nonsense.
The Flaming Fists are supposed to protect this good city, but they allow trash and vermin to take our homes and goods. You're a true Baldurian, I can tell. You must understand why we need to keep these strays out of our city.
Oh, he must be like maybe a minor noble or maybe a wealthier merchant. Right. Well, thankfully, like we have a wealth of options here. Like being from Baldur's Gate, according to your backstory, is apparently pretty eventful. Like you can be Baldurian, your accent's Rivingtonian. That hardly counts. Yeah, very much. But no, we're gonna just choose the Paladin option. The army on your doorstep will slay Baldurians and refugees alike. We must stand together.
Another bleeding heart. Piss off and take it elsewhere.
No.
They're beggars and criminals, and we won't have them.
Anything from you, Fist Locken, or was that it?
Gods. Not another protester.
Nope.
Go talk to Nestor if you must. I've got plenty on my plate with these mewling geese.
Nestor. Okay. Got Berg Draugr.
I just lost a wager, thanks to you.
Who are you?
Someone who bet that you'd never be foolish enough to actually show your face in this city again. But here you are. And the gold in my purse is soon to take flight.
You're Sharant, aren't you? From Shadowheart's Cloister.
There have been whispers about you, sister. About your faith, your loyalty, your company. I can't help but feel the strangest twinge of disgust as I look upon you. Is it true? Has Our Lady forsaken you?
She, like, the thing is that I think Shadowheart, like, yeah, we'll let Shadowheart handle this.
I know the truth. I know my parents still live. Tell me where they are, and I have no quarrel with you.
I'm afraid the quarrel is unavoidable, thanks to you. Now I must report your reappearance. If you are intent on bringing matters to a head, then seek out the House of Grief in the lower city. Though, if I was you, I'd be very tempted to just forget it all and disappear. You have some form at doing so, after all.
All right.
We've got diseases, and any one of them could be a spy for the Absolute.
And the Harvest
Between
Moon.
you and me, I don't think there are enough flaming fists here for these refugees.
Why do you say that?
Us Baldurians can't feel safe with so many of them roaming about without proper supervision.
Let's hope Archduke Gortash can make a difference.
Archduke Gortash, huh? Well, that was to be expected. What about Rick's
See
grave?
them over there?
Harvest.
Refugees? Ha! Naught but a cover. I know what they really are. Dyed-in-the-wool agents of the Absolute. Mark my words.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, that is an extremely reasonable concern, and also so is the concern of the other protester there, because well, apparently among the refugees there was a circus, and they've already let loose some redcaps who are bloodthirsty fey creatures who don't blink at killing like whether it's children, innocents, like people incapable of fighting back. So you are right. They could be
There's
anywhere.
probably only a handful of rotten apples among them.
Yeah, but that's...
Or, you know what they say about rot? It spreads quickly. Ruins the whole bunch.
I mean, it is true. Like, you're, like, it's more likely that, like, if you have, like, a rotten apple, if it's, like, the fresh apples, like, rot more quickly, if there's one rotten apple, like, in close contact with them, so... Not untrue. Thuldrin.
Don't pay me any mind now. I'm just trying to make sure everyone gets fed.
Well, I mean, I have some food supplies. I could give them to you, but... Sister Hagira, anything?
Lord on the rack, give me patience.
She is she is a follower of Ilmater, the god of mercy and defender and protector and like of the Reek. So a very good god. Is everything all right, sister?
These protesters keep harassing the refugees. It's horrid. I just hope the Ilmater temple opens up aid again soon. We need their help here.
That's true. I think the Ilmater temple is the temple that we need to find the amulet spirit's daughter at. So, oh, Steffi, anything? I absolutely can't get you. Okay, now the Daughter of Darkness quest updates. What does it say? Journey to the House of Grief. All right. Dindra Man, anything?
I'm busy. Mind your own.
Fair enough. Bobby, anything? I mean, I absolutely can catch you. I have longer legs than you do. Fistpool. Ah, Nestor. There we go.
Donations?
Donation for what?
Do you know advice? The refugees.
Yep,
if you don't have anything to donate, you can get going.
Yeah. I want to donate some supplies.
Let's see what you've got.
Just like... What do I... Like, what do I donate? Oh, I need to have them, like, out in the open, do I? Ah, for fuck.
Nothing to donate.
Alright, Carla. You have, like, shitloads of just food stuff. Let's throw, like, those out.
Still alive. So that's progress. Back again. If you don't have anything to donate,
I want to donate some supplies.
Let's see what you've got.
No, did they go into the fucking... No, there they are. Oh, there we go. Yes. Okay.
Thank you. I'm sure your contribution will be greatly appreciated.
Okay, that's a lot of inspirations. All right. Right. So for being a noble, we have donated. Yep, we have alms for the unfortunate. So we've donated to the refugees. We have Shadow Heart, food for the soul. Donate a long rest worth of food to the donation check. All right, that's done. And then we had Jahira. Sharing the spoils. I have donated to the refugees. Alright.
At least things have stayed interesting. Got something else to donate, have you?
Yeah, we'll donate some gold as well.
Thank you. I'm sure your contribution will be greatly appreciated.
Right. Fistpool.
If you want to chat, talk to Nestor.
Fair enough. I will chat with Nestor now.
Got something else to donate, have ya?
I'd like to take the donation into the barn. Okay. I don't. Huh. I wonder if this is actually like. Yeah.
Can't slow down.
Which is.
You. Turn around and toddle your way right back out of here. Everything in this barn has been donated for the refugees. Not you. Now piss off.
Is this really going to help the refugees?
Look around you. These poor sods need all the help they can get. Now, are you going to clear off or not?
Is there anything I can do to help?
Not unless you want to make a donation.
Why does a barn need the flaming fist to protect it? I assume so that it doesn't get looted by the greedy and the desperate.
In case little weasels like you come sniffing around.
Why do you care about the refugees so much? I mean, I assume because he's a good person.
And you don't, after all they've been. If you can't see it, I'm not going to waste.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Well, I mean, he seems all right. Miss Marone, anything?
Be on your way, citizen.
Yeah, the requisition barn is pretty much just staffed with flaming fist people. I did want to talk to the pig. Like, that is the reason that I wanted to go in there. I did want to talk to the pig, but oh boy, there's some tieflings here. 2 tiefling kids, Mattis, and the shop owner. Let's talk to them.
You did me a real favor clearing all those ghouls out of Moonrise. That old bonebag Ketherick had some fancy junk stashed behind all the cobwebs and piles of gore.
You looted Moonrise Towers?
Didn't you? Figured we only got the scraps you didn't have the strength to carry.
Oh, well, that's the thing. I have a magical ability to just throw everything into a treasure chest in my camp. So, but yeah, you're correct. What do you think of Baldur's Gate?
Wish I could tell you. We're stuck out here, but most of the action is beyond Worm's Crossing.
Oh, let's see these fancy items you
Would
have.
I try to fool a Sharpie like you?
Yes.
Have a look.
You absolutely would. When to wear it. Right, these are Corvette token. Boon of the Raven Queen. While wearing the amulet, the wearer's jump and flying speed increase by 1.5 meters, and they can cast Featherfall. Featherfall's effects will persist while the wearer is polymorph or wild shape. Polymorph Dire Raven. Yeah, so we're definitely buying this because maybe it'll have like an interesting interaction because we've already met somebody who is affiliated with the Raven Queen, so maybe it'll have an interesting sort of thing. What's this? Scabby Pugilist Circlet. Your weapon and unarmed attacks deal an additional 2 damage while surrounded by 2 or more foes. Decent. Like not anything exceptional, but decent. Elixir C invisibility. I mean, we have permanent C invisibility, so these are pointless. I guess we could buy them to like have that as something, but no, I don't know. All of Bane, no, don't need it. Don't think we need necrotic resistance anymore. Baldur's Gate stone. It's really, really an actual stone from Baldur's Gate. Truly a unique historical artifact. One of a kind. I'm sure it is. Included all sharpness, arrow will matter, sparrow slaying, holy water. I think we just buy this. That's gonna be good for now. We are selling those with them. I think pretty. Yep. Don't think kills anymore either. I think we go with
Stay away from trap.
yes, I will. Merkon, anything?
Oh, hi! If you're here to save me again, I don't really need to be saved right now. Good thing, huh? Bye.
Yeah, stay away from any harpies, and stay away from like telling people that you defeated harpies, because you absolutely didn't, you kid. You would have gotten eaten, absolutely just slaughtered. Going around the side probably doesn't like we're just gonna get people mad at us again. So, all right. The manip was definitely not as useful as he could have been. Dandy Thistle Petal.
Oh, to be fair, for a miserable collection of shabby hovels jam-packed with wretched refugees, this place isn't bad at all.
I'm glad that he's an optimist. So yeah, I talked to Volo, and I was like, all right, Volo, take your best shot. Like, if you think you can get the tadpole out of my brain, like, I'm running out of options. Go for it.
Glad to see you. Glad to see anybody, really. It was a lonely road getting here through those abandoned farmlands, and I'm a sociable sort.
Fair enough. Glad you made it here safely, Otterdan Spenton. But yeah, no, unfortunately, Volo was not as great of a physician or
Busy
surgeon.
with their patrol and has no time for idle chatter.
I'm sure he's very busy by just stretching in the open. All right. Fortuno Dibs.
No, I'm afraid I must insist you do not pet the hound.
Okay, fair enough.
My love, you can't keep being so rude to strangers. It's just a dog.
All the grabbing and touching startles poor Biscotti. I will not apologise for caring about my boy.
No, either way, he's a fine-looking hound.
Isn't he just? I'm so very glad they let animals in the camp. Means Biscotti can be kept away from that awful war.
Oh, yes. As long as the dog is okay, he's happy. Give me strength.
I mean, nothing wrong with being protective of a good friend.
Oh, gods! Are they gonna say it? What happens if they don't say it?
Who's a good dog? You're a good dog.
Yes! Oh, goodness, yes! I am a good dog! Fantastic stuff! Oh, yes, you're lovely. You can come back.
The animals in this game,
What are we gonna do?
brilliant.
Pretty sure they'll need laborers to shore up the
Right, Tinker Nazium.
Heads will roll for this. This transgression. This injustice.
Now, if the owner says that people shouldn't pet the dog, then we'll respect that, and I think we made the dog plenty happy by calling him a good boy. Right. What happened to you?
Oh, you poor, naive soul. Let me tell you a story. A perfectly respectable businessman wants to bring his, well, business into this fine city. And what do?
Shut the gates on you? I'm guessing they didn't let you in.
They talk some absolute horse bollocks about papers and correct filing procedures and threw me in this slum. I should be loins deep in Sharess's caress by now, not waddling about in filth.
I'm not. Right. Fair enough. Neela's bright.
We've got to get Grunch into the city, but he's in no shape to travel. I wonder, what if we hit him in a big barrel and nailed it shut? Nah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they would expect that.
I guess we could call our lives a lot. I'm not leaving him here.
Gregory Bright.
Don't know how we're gonna get Grunch into the city, wounded as he is. But we have to.
Grunch. Looks to be a half-orc, kind of wounded. Let's talk to the man.
Whatever you need, I can't help you. Even talking is painful right now.
Let me take a look at that wound. Yes, guidance, thank you. Hey, 16.
After a quick examination, you conclude that your patient is pretending to be wounded. You wonder why.
Really? This isn't necessary. I'm sure there are other people that need your help more urgently.
I mean, that's a reasonable, that is reasonable of a reason to be upset, first of all. Second of all, I'm sure that he is actually, some kind of a merchant who, wanted to establish a business in Baldur's Gate, which, his livelihood is kind of at stake if they don't let him in. So, right. This is barely a scratch. What's the idea?
Shh, not so loud. If those lads find out I'm faking, they might go off on their own. They're not ready for that. And frankly, I'd miss them. I don't really have any other friends. And I like those lads. So I think I'll stick around a while more.
I mean, why do you not just tell them that you want to stick?
Grunch behind though. Just can't.
Alright, Giselle Flint Splinter.
Can't stand her, can't stand her, can't stand her! My sister-in-law. All law and no sister.
Okay. Yeah, that's probably Ramona Flint Splitter. Alright, Garen Flint Splitter.
Actually got here safely. Towing along my wife's sister and mother. Or maybe they towed me along, eh?
Well, that's a combination of people to travel with. Your mother, your sister, and your wife. Alright, Christine Hazel.
God, camping with the mother-in-law has been utter hell. Maybe I should just go on ahead into the city without her. Scouting, like.
Healthy family dynamic happening here. Ramona Flint Splitter.
My son Garen is pleased we got this far together. But his wife's bitching is making me old before my time. Why can't he tell her to put a sock in it?
I mean, he probably can, but that generally doesn't end well when you're in a committed relationship. Right.
You're no sauce. I'd put my money on Christine.
Don't take that on yourself. You know who's really.
Oh, we did find Stannis, Specs, Zoru. No sign of Zevlor, which is unsurprising. Let's talk to Umi.
They got me signed up to learn to make pots, which is dumb. I'd rather learn how to kill cultists. And I bet you'd back me up on that.
I mean, martial training is good for anyone. So, Ida, anything?
I'm really worried about Umi.
He's a bit of a hothead, isn't he? Toru.
So, you survived. That's more than many of my kin can say.
At least you made it. Are you holding up?
It's mainly anger that keeps me going. Zevlor was supposed to lead us, but he froze when we needed him most. I haven't seen him since the massacre on the road, which is lucky for him.
We've lost so many since Elturel.
There's...
An exile...
What a sad situation. The once proud tieflings of Elturel, reduced to beggars.
Well, the thing is, this is not a democracy. This is a monarchy, and as far as I'm concerned, I am the king. And,
We made it through hell. Twice. I know now that as long as Danis and I stick together, we can do anything.
I mean, extremely positive, but let's be honest. Without me swinging a halberd around in a very deadly arc, neither of you would be here.
We made it alive to Baldur's Gate. Almost, anyway. But I can't complain. When I look at Bex and realize she's safe, it's hard not to weep from joy.
Yeah, I mean, this is the like, this is definitely like. I definitely want these two to survive.
Done the right things.
And have a happy, actual
Don't
happy.
take that on yourself.
Right? Why is Doric a man in her underwear?
Washing my pits, washing my pits. This is the song when up. Aye! Gonna blood not get any bleeding privacy around.
Okay, fair enough. He was on the watch, apparently. Which is a all right. Fist Rowan, anything from you?
Hail, friend. Fine day, isn't it? Forgive me, you're in no mood to talk about the weather. Your journey here was a hard one, no doubt. Is this your first time in Baldur's Gate?
No, I'm Baldurian, born and bred. It's good to be home.
It's a fine city, isn't it? No better place to hail from. Used to be you'd arrive knowing you'd a full belly and a warm bed waiting for you. Not anymore. These days, there's barely enough to go around. Add the refugees on top and, well, folk aren't feeling too generous.
Yeah, the thing is that your paladin is backstabbing scum, whereas I actually stand for ideals like justice and goodness. So even though externally we might sound the same, no. Right. It is a sad state of affairs, and it's nice to actually see like a friendly face in the fist as well. So I've got ways of making people share. Is there anything I can do to ease these people's burden?
I've been asking myself the same question. I wouldn't be the first to interfere. Some well-to-dos in the city donated enough to see the newcomers right for the time being. Only they didn't bother helping everyone else. Locals going without while strangers feast. It stoked the fire, all right. Some Baldurians are kicking up a fuss round the front of the barn as we speak.
Yeah.
If I wasn't wearing this uniform, I'd walk round there and teach them a lesson they'd never forget.
People of this city have grown selfish. They need reminding what true hardship is.
Too bloody right. They've gone soft behind those walls, forgotten what it's like to struggle, living hand to mouth.
Yeah.
I say we march round there and slit a few bellies, remind them how much worse things could be. What do you say?
Both sides need teaching a lesson. Let's kill them all. You're a monster. I'm reporting you to your commanding officer.
Tell them! I'll cut out their eyes and make them watch.
Yep. I figured that something was... Yep. I knew it.
So, you're the lick-spittle who crushed the Bone Lord's thrall. Have you come begging, sniffing for our stones? Gortash won't like that. A throat his black hand can't choke the spit from? You'll need to bleed and carve this city if you want to turn him to grave meat. He shivers at the thought. When you find the Lordling, tell him Oren is watching.
So Oren is a shapeshifter. How long has she been watching?
Yeah, you know, for somebody who is so hell-bent on murder...
Don't take that on yourself.
Like, she seemed...
You know who's really responsible.
Really, trained. But it's good to know, at least according to Oren. Like, I obviously shouldn't be taking her words at face value, but it's good to know that Gortash is feeling the pressure, feeling the fear. Let's talk to Toad Breath.
What? I'm bushed. I ran for days to get someplace safe, and then found out I'm last in line to get in, because I'm a hobgoblin. As if I could change that.
Well, you could turn into a mind flayer. Not sure if that would get you in any faster, but...
Now, mind your tongues. Leave Christine to me.
Seems to be a bunch of unnecessary...
What in the hells was that?
Whatever it is doesn't bode well.
Okay, that was a rather massive earthquake. There's a bunch of dead chicken here. What's going on?
We got here first, friend. You're welcome to whatever scraps we leave behind.
If you're here to fill an empty stomach, look elsewhere. Folks swarmed what little was had, stuffing their pockets. Bloody animals.
Back off! I found these apples first.
Desperation, eh?
Look at that! Finest pie that fruit could have made.
What's that?
Dirt.
You remember that spiced apple loaf we had in Waterdeep? The big one.
But you know, we could also get ourselves our own little good boy.
Shut it. Scavenge whatever you can from this mess. We'll make something out of it.
Summon ability. All sorts of shenanigans going on, but not much we can do, unfortunately. Like, there's plenty of, like, I feel that they could have given here, I'll help with that, or I'll make a persuasion check of make the family get along better or something. Right. Oh, these are
And if our children still live,
these are the people.
Every last
we will have
These are the people whose hunter we got from. Yeah, these are the
Our
Gurd.
dead fought well. They died well. I hope I can live up to their example.
Reasonable, yeah.
No screaming children. No laughter. No scolding words. There is only silence and pain.
Yep.
You're talking to the wrong hunter. You need to see Ulma.
Okay. Fair enough. I mean, I'm gonna talk to all of the hunters here, but these are
To lose our children is a tragedy. To fail so utterly in saving them is something else entirely. Ulmer insists the tribe is not cursed, but I have my doubts.
Word of fear.
You think you can just walk into our camp, present yourself to Alma, or leave?
Lord Gridget.
Hunter has nothing to say to you.
Fair enough. Ulma, what say you?
Rechtei hathran rust. Frey valdisk durovna. Frey vald iskablast.
You recognize the funeral rites of the Gur people, famed monster hunters. She's burning the possessions of those who have fallen.
Im orak. Nete. Krasin. Netra. We would not normally tolerate outsiders at a time like this.
I'm sorry for your loss.
My thanks. We grieve those who left us, but celebrate them too. They died well. There is doom in the air these days, but welcome news too. Word has reached me that the undying Ketheric Thorm is destroyed, and if whispered tales can be believed, he was defeated by one looking much like you.
Yes, I killed Ketheric.
A fine trophy. Perhaps you would like to claim another.
Cazador. Perhaps. What do you have in mind?
Baldur's Gate is haunted by many things, but one of its most insidious is the vampire Cazador. For years, his foul spawn have stolen away innocents at night, whisking them back to his palace. Recently, they struck our camp. They took our children, every last one, our whole future. They tore us to pieces. Vampire spawn and werewolves. I have never seen a vampire's lair so heavily guarded. What's left of my tribe is wounded and broken. We cannot stand against him to save our children. But perhaps the Slayer of Ketheric could.
How am I meant to get in if this place is so well guarded?
The main entrance is blockaded, but there is another way. Near the park, you will find a broken tower, mid-repair. Climb the scaffolding, and you can enter his palace. It may be watched, but you will not walk into the slaughter that we did.
And if it's too late to save your children?
Then we will settle for blood. Cazador must be destroyed. For the safety of the city, and to make sure no one else must feel our pain.
I'll do whatever I can.
If you do this, our entire tribe will be in your debt. On our honor, it will be repaid. May the gods keep you, and damn your enemies.
Thank you. Stolen farewell. Bunch of inspirations. Like all at once. Witness the girlfriend. No.
And that the marshal all their strength against us. I do not like our chances.
Right. We definitely need to talk to Asterion about that. I don't think bringing Asterion over is going to be a good idea. What's over here? A ball, a dagger, a child's drawing. Right. Child drawing. Okay, I can't even read it or examine it. Weird. I can just pick it up. There's a loot, there's an abandoned locket, and a household prayer. Household prayer. Thunder to light, Saloon to guide, Kellamore to judge, and Pasadena. Abandoned locket. Locket opens on the picture of a little girl, bloated by tears. Weird, huh? Maybe we can find the owner of that locket somewhere. I'll hold on to it for now. What's over here then? Another dead chicken. Reflections of a gullible prey. Okay. Toy block. Food. Reflections of a gullible prey. Stained Tome records a long and arduous journey. I hoofed it to Baldur's Gate based on a god's damned promise. I'll welcome you with open arms, my cousin said. Everyone has a home in the gate. 17 days I marched. 17 days of their whining toddlers and their piss reek. 17 days of howling wolves huddling around sickly fires and still that stench. Of course they didn't let us through the city when we showed up. Shoved us into a camp teeming with snivellers and sneerers. Had it with them. Their sob stories, the entire gall of their presence. If I've got to be stuck outside the city, I'll make home in a chicken coop. Smells better than those shit-stained wells called my cousins, at least. The rest of the text continues in a similarly aggrieved fashion. Yeah, I'm not sure those are... I mean, I guess he's... Okay. Reflections made that sound a lot more, philosophical than it turned out to be, but... Circus poster. Huh. Wonder what's that.
The Circus of the Last Days has returned. See Dryads, Jin, and Dribbles the Clown back with a new act.
Dribbles the Clown, eh? I mean, it's good if they can get some levity into people, but yeah, the red cap thing is still worrying me quite a lot.
That's curious.
Lord Coast Couriers Key. Huh. Outhouse. Rope. More rope. Okay, so the courier's key probably gets me inside here, I guess. Not through the proper entrance. Lord Coast Courier.
Front page material.
Lens the Journalist. I assume it's a newspaper?
Aren't you... I knew there was a story here. And there you are, the hero of the hour, walking right up to me. The name's Lens. Reporter with the Baldur's Mouth Gazette. Care to do a quick interview?
It is nice, I'll be honest, to be recognized for my heroic deeds, but an interview about what?
You, of course. News travels fast in this city, and after your exploits, you're quite the celebrity. This interview will be our biggest issue yet. It won't take more than 2 moments of your time. If you play your cards right, this could make the cover. I just need some extra details. So, you've arrived at Baldur's Gate. What's brought you here at a time like this?
I've come to save the city.
You have? I thought our soon-to-be Lord Gortash had things in hand. Though, if anyone could help him, it would be you. You've got a knack for finding chinks in the Absolute's armor.
Exactly.
My sources tell me you recently vanquished the fearsome General Ketheric Thorm. How did you manage that?
So I got a bunch of critical hits when I swung my halberd at him, and then I pumped every last spell slot of Divine Smite I had. Right. I fought with everything I had. It was a formidable foe wielding terrible power. Did we offer him a chance at redemption? I don't think we're not gonna lie. I don't think we gave him a chance at redemption. So I think we're just gonna say that we fought with everything I had.
Formidable? You're just being modest. I heard you swatted him aside like a fly from a corpse. You'll deal with the remaining absolutists in much the same way, I suppose.
Yep.
The cult's threat is far from extinguished. What's your plan of attack?
I mean, none of these are actually giving her anything to work with, like in terms of actual strategy. So like, I'm gonna cut that rotten cult off at the head, take out its leaders.
Gortash, maybe. You'll find me much harder to kill.
Hello, Oren. Kinda figured that you were here again.
Still rolling in the muck, I see. You shed your secrets so easily. No matter. Your clumsy purpose is clear enough already. Gortash knows you are coming.
Of course he
knows
does.
You have the Bone Lord's stone. Do not let him hiss hot air into your worm-weakened brain. Remember, his throat spits lies, but my blade carves the truth. You will read it on your skin soon enough.
You realize that if you kill someone, they...
She's toying with us. But why?
Psychological warfare is my best guess. As well as entertainment for her because she feels invincible. She wants us to focus on Gortash so that she can do her own schemes and ploys in peace. You know, all sorts of reasons for her to be doing that. But I think with that little interview, yeah, I figured that she was. I wasn't sure if it was gonna be Oren, but I was like absolutely certain that she had some kind of connection to the Absolute.
If you could just...
But like, it's not like anything I actually told her was any secret. Like, they have to know. Like, having already killed Ketheric Thorm, they have to know that I'm gonna come and kill the rest of them. So like, what secrets did I spill there? But with that, I think it is time that we simply save our progress here. I wasn't honestly expecting the session to go as it did, but not complaining. A lot, like, I feel that like there's gonna be a lot of this sort of more dialogue-heavy sessions coming up now that we've actually made it to Baldur's Gate, rather than the more combat-focused Act 2 that we had in the Shadowlands. But I thank you all for watching. I hope you had a fun time, and as I normally say, good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening, good night.
There must be something.
Whatever happens to be your time of day. I wish you farewell.